Hello, my astrology friends and family. This is Lada from AstroladaCom, here with my guest and a famous astrologer, Philip Filipov, who wants to lift up our spirits for the current times, the end of November 2022, the beginning of December 2022, with a few positive omens for us. Hello, Philip.
Hello, Lada. I'm so happy to be together with you. Today, I will announce two important things, some positive situation which happen now, and one super important news about development of the astrology on the world level. And first things that I wish to show to you is what's happened now. Let I share the screen. Please allow me the ability to share the screen. And I will show the situation, how like astrological case, what's happened now, only to show it. Okay, here we see something very important, like a case, like a situation. This is one important datum which is synchronized with several other omens on the sky. Now, just on 27th of November, Jupiter become in normal movement. The stationary phase of Jupiter just was interrupted, and now Jupiter start to move in one normal direction, which is super important for all world, because Jupiter retrograde and stationary, it is not important how to say for everyday things, but it's super important for the development of society, political development, religious and spiritual development, and all these important things which are happening in the world should be in one good direction on social, political, and spiritual development because of good movement now of Jupiter. And for example, people which they have important tasks to do on social level or law level, or some important things on the court level. This is super important moment, because several months Jupiter was not in a good position, and now this planet become in positive way. But this is not only one thing that is happened. You may see now how I put the datum 2nd or 3rd of December, where we may see one super important situation. Let I visualize this situation a little bit more in details to be visual what's happened on the setting. This is super important for all people that have strong connection with Venus, because practically planet Venus will rise like evening star, and on the 3rd of December, you will see the moment where practically Venus will rise like a evening star, like a first visible evening star, and with this the invisibility of Venus will be finished. And this is super important, because together two positive planets, Jupiter become retrograde or normal movement, and then Venus will rise from invisibility, and with this you have two positive planets which go together in positive direction for humankind. And it is super interesting to be explained that when Venus is starting her cycle, because this planet is night planet, and because of this she have ability to start her cycle from the position of evening star. And when we see the starting of her dynamics, you may understand that all that she rules, love, art, everything on emotional and astral level, will have very positive and good impulse for development of humankind, and especially people that search their love, people that wish to find the important person in their life into love situation and context. This is important phases because exactly in moments when Venus is rising around 3rd of December, in one period of time, plus minus 7 days, and especially from the 3rd of December till 10th of December around, you have one period of time which is super important and positive for development of love, and starting new relationship in this period is especially important and positive. And I wish to say that there is a one law here. When you wish to understand what kind of love you have, or in one relationship, or what was the meaning, the cosmic image when how to say this love appear, you should see especially Venus in which phase is, and this is immensely important, because with this you will understand the trajectory and movement and the image of this love. And especially you may see here how practically when Venus appear, it is in the right foot of Ophiuchus, this strong man that holds the snake. And this is super important symbol, which symbolizes the god Asclepi, which is especially important for healing, for transforming emotions, for purifying the consciousness from the negative forces, and achieving high level of control of astral body. And purification and cleaning of astral body is super important from medical point of view, from health point of view. And when we watch in detail situation here, you may see that Venus appear like a first evening star exactly on the background of galaxy center, which in the tradition we called Alfiola. The whole galaxy center is something huge. It's around 20 degrees or more in radius around, and this is a huge cosmic point and place which symbolize the high divine forces which came like an energy through this place. And the whole idea here is that when Venus appear on the background of center of the Milky Way, the galaxy center, the big huge sun, which is central sun for our sun. I explain this in my seminars. This is very important from spiritual point of view. It means the whole cycle of Venus will help people to develop their spirituality, to clean themselves, to purify themselves, to heal themselves, especially on astral level, and with this to reach high spiritual consciousness, because the fact that Venus appearing on the background of galaxy center, which is very special and divine place. And
when you say to clean yourself of your astral body, could it mean like cleaning yourself from temptations, from strong desires, for unhealthy things and substances, and any kind of temptations of the flesh? Is that what cleansing of the astral body is?
practically in the path of discipleship, which is epoch now, the epoch of conscious soul, the spiritual development of humankind, we live in the epoch of Archangel Michael. And in this period of time, it is super important to know that in our life, we should practice virtues. And when we, like disciples, work in our life, and we try to realize patience, but not impatience, or we try to realize belief, but not unbelief. We try to realize humility, but not pride and egocentrism, and so on, many virtues, which are hundreds in everyday consciousness. We may count hundreds of them, and this is exactly the idea here. Every time in our everyday life where one process appears, where we have realized something by the way of virtue or the opposite way, the anti-virtue, and we should choose the way of virtue. Why? Because this is the evolutionary way and direction of our spiritual development in this time now. And especially here, the symbol of and image of Ophicus symbolize how the divine force, the divine healer, come to us like an archetype and took the evolution of humankind and transform it from involution, which is exactly the tail of the snake, to evolution. And this is super important situation that we live now. We live in one evolutionary stadium, and in this situation, it is super important every time where in our heart or our mind appears something negative, something destructible, something which is anti-virtue, we consciously to replace these things with positive, harmonious, and divine ideas, which are the basis of virtue. What is virtue? Virtue is one divine function in our consciousness, in our spirit. This is one presence of one Christ angel, solar angel, which come to our consciousness in life and help us to be more aware and to practice the divine ideas in our life. And when Venus appear into the right foot of Ophicus, this is on the background of Alfiola, the Galactic center. This is super important knowledge that in the right foot symbolize the virtues of mind. And here is a more mental concept in reality. It means we should purify all these thoughts that we have and organize them with virtues, because with our thoughts, we organize our heart, our emotional and our social life, especially, and especially in the context of Venus, our love life, our relationship and partnership life. And this is super important point of view. And here, the third thing appear exactly after several days after this moment. You may see here Mars will be in the position of the acronychial rise, and during the setting of Sun, we may see the position of Mars rising on the east horizon. This is again very important, and in the situation where we analyze what's happened in the world, we may say something important, that when we watch the situation of, for example, this war that's happened now in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, this happened in the moment when Venus and Mars conjunct. Venus was in the position of Morning Star, the goddess of war at Athena Palace, and Mars is the ruler of the war. And when these two planets was exactly on the ascendant in Kiev, the wars started. But when Venus became invisible, in this situation, the whole process in this occurrence was changed like a position, like a tactics, like a strategy, like a development. And now with this appearing of Venus like a evening star will change again the situation into the context of this war. And I think here, because Venus appear in one positive way together with Jupiter in positive position, this is one hope here from me that something from this war will be melted down, harmonized, put it in good direction. And with this, there is a one positive direction for development of this super important situation, what's happened in humankind life. And I think this is positive sign, because both two important positive planets are in good direction. Mars shows something here, which is one activization again of his forces. But this is one, how to say, maximum that Mars make. And when Mars make this acronym rise, the energy from this planet will start to be not so in expanding position. And this is again positive trajectory for whole humankind. And 12-13 days after the rising of Venus, we may put here 14th, for example, of December, you may see another important situation, which is the rising of Mercury like an evening star. And this will be enormously important again. Why? Because the whole process somehow is synchronized, and you may see how two very important planets in our life, Venus and Mercury, become visible, and they are visible together on the background of the holy place of the whole cosmos, the galactic sun, the galactic central body, which is in astrological point of view the most spiritual and divine place from where the most positive and harmonious energy come to our life. And the fact that Mercury appear in Sagittarius constellations close to the shoulders of the and head of the Sagittarius, this immediately means that this Hermes situation, like a phases, because evening star Mercury is called Hermes, and evening star Venus is called Aphrodite, which is very important point of view. Immediately you may see the archetypes of these objects. They will work together in the context of spirituality and growing the knowledge, learning humankind, teaching the humankind how to work with the divine forces, with divine knowledge. And this is why, because they appear together in very close period of time, around 12 days, on the background of Alfiola, the galactic sun, which our sun circles for 220 million years by modern calculations. And from this perspective, we see four very important omens: good direction and starting normal movement of Jupiter, rising of Venus after several days after this, immediately Mars entering in one opposition situation with the Sun, which we may call by ancient way acronym rise, where the Sun settings and Mars rising. And in this situation, after 12 days around, Mercury appear, and we may see Venus and Mercury together on the background of the cosmic divine place, the galactic center. This all means that the December month will be much better and harmonious than November, and especially in love and relationship, and especially development of divine spiritual knowledge will be a very important month for development all of this. And in this context, if you have some questions, you may ask me, because I will wish to represent something important into this context. Lada?
I'm just looking at what people are writing to see if they have any questions.
Yes.
So they're watching us live.
Yes. Because this happened on the sky, we decided to organize the 4th European conference, this time into Istanbul, like a host country. Turkey and Istanbul is the 4th. The first was in Bulgaria. The second was in Austria. The third was in Italy. And now the 4th into Turkey. And in Istanbul, I work together with my friend Yoner Dusher. And we make something like enormously important world event for development of astrology. And all our friends that wish to learn high-level astrology may come to this conference directly. Why? Because with this initiative, the European Conferences on Astrology, our school of Bulgaria start to develop the unification of the European schools. Why? Because with this idea, we may show the real source of astrology which developed in our time. Why? Because the source of astrology is very strongly connected with Europe from thousands of years. And here we have in the sources of our consciousness and our culture, we have astrology like something absolutely important and like a key for development of the whole humankind. And that's why for the first time we succeeded to organize 18 countries, 18 schools, 17 from Europe and one guest country from Iran. And with these 18 countries and 23 lecturers, we will work and we will give to people one of the highest level of astrology knowledge in the situation. And this will be one Zoom conference. And I wish to speak a little bit for the lectures. If I wish to say something, Lada, we together with you, I wish next time when we have the 5th European Conference, you to be much more active, and I wish to represent your work because your work is super important for the development of all astrology in the world. And I wish from you to be prepared for this. Now you help in this process, and this is super important for the world astrology. One of the first lecturers will speak about the cosmic omens, like solar eclipses, about in ancient time, eclipses which happen in Troy and Ithaca in the context of this ancient text. And about this will speak Dieter Koch, this great astrologer which work with the ancient texts, have knowledge of several languages, and he is one of the creator of Astro.com. And he will represent something enormously important. Each time he speaks for ancient texts, and he translated directly from Sumerian, from Latin, from Greek, from many other languages, and this is super important. Onerdushev, the host astrologer for the event, will speak something very interesting about financial point of view, determining the financial significator in the chart. On the basis of classical tradition, he is one representative of Ottoman tradition of astrology, and this is super important because he translates one huge book, thick like this, very big book, which came, how to say, in his tradition through the astrologers of the Turkish Ottoman Empire. And this is very important that he preserved this tradition and will show this tradition very well. the very famous astrologer Laszlo Levante from Hungary, who translate very ancient and important texts, will speak about some gold nuggets from the Hellenistic and Byzantium astrology, which will again super impulse for development of all astrology in the whole world, because each time he translates something important, everything starts to develop in good direction. And his lecture is one of the most important into the conference. Then my friend and how to say this beautiful soul, Lucia Belizia, from Italy, will represent the doctrine of terms, which is enormously important concept, because she worked again with the ancient text, with the text of Ptolemy and other authors, and she will represent the important ideas about the terms and her vision about the ancient text and what is written there about this topic. After this, we may see again revolutionary lecture of Rumen Kolev. Each time he makes something more important for development of astrology, and he will speak about the ancient omens in historical events in ancient Mesopotamia, and he will speak about great kings like Ashurbanipal, Nabucodonosor, and of course Alexander the Great, and how the cosmic omens shows and what's happened with these kings. And this is very important lecture again, because we will touch the life of ancient astrologers from Mesopotamic and Chaldean time. And astrologer Bell, this great woman, will represent the promise of solar return, something important from the perspective of the solar revolutions. And here I will represent one topic about the book of Hermes, Liber Hermetis, where I will represent the fact and proof how the ancient astrologers work three-dimensionally with spheres horoscope, and they use not one but 2 or 3 different uranographies. This means 3 different zodiacs, with not only zodiacal constellations but with many other constellations, which we know, like Egypt constellations from Dendera, and Sumerian constellations, and then classical point of view about the cosmos. And when we work with these 3 point of view on the spherical horoscope, we unkey the situation, we enter into the door of temple, which is Liber Hermetis book. And with this, we start to understand what is written in this book. And I will show and represent important results from my research, which I developed in 12 lectures of seminars that each Saturday I give to people. And after this, Oscar Hoffman from Netherlands, one great astrologer who is very famous with his practice in medical classical astrology, we will speak about Firdaria and Supreme Prognostic Tool. This is important from methodological point of view, because he will represent how we in classical and ancient tradition, we work with Firdaria, one of the very important tools for prognosis. And Michaela Diciu from Romania, the Romanian school is very strong too, and she will speak about water triplicities and what is the problem there, why different astrologers speak by different way, and she will try to decide this dilemma. And this is important lecture from this point of view. Thomas Gazis from Greece is one great astrologer who represents very well the ancient and Byzantium astrology. And this time he will connect the Egypt cosmic places and divisions with the Hellenistic places, which is important topic and lecture for understanding how the ancient astrology exactly like a method work. And very famous astrologer Ishmeragic from Serbia, he will represent one love lecture about the strings of love through time and space. And this is very interesting position, because this is from the point of view, the idea here is from tradition or fake culture, which speak about the strings of love and the music which go through it. And this is very interesting from astrological point of view, how he will interpret the topic. Then Sharon Knight will speak about perfections, and this will be important position, because perfections are enormously important prognostic tool. And I think after the primary directions, perfections are the most important, together, of course, with transits. And then the lecture from our friend from Iran, Eshan Khazani, will speak about the authentic horary practice in the Persian context. The Persian astrology was important for development of humankind growing in astrology. And he will speak about one very important context, how they speak. A little bird told me it is not only one phraseological image, but this is something connected with the original method. And he will explain how this works exactly. And after this, the solar return in Jean-Baptiste Mourin, Astrological Gallica. It is enormously important presentation about one whole life work of Czech Republic astrology development. And our friend Zdenek Bohuslav will represent this enormously, how to say, constant and persisting work about development of the original texts. And he whole life work about this translation in good way. And the Astrology Gallica will be represented by perfect way on this conference. Very important book in medieval astrology. And Anna Schneider then will speak about the nativity of the late king chart. And this is important case where you may see how one king and his chart will be explained by astrology and will be connected. And this is again the medieval astrology, which is very interesting. Brigitte Strobele, the chief of the Austrian astrological school, which is like an official organization, the oldest in Europe. It is from the beginning of the 20th century established. But of course, this is only like official position. The original European traditions grows in the whole Europe from thousands of years. And like official organization, this is really the oldest. And she every time speak like a practical point of view, how to practice the things, how to establish the connection with real methods. And she will speak with one idea here about the diurnal horoscope. This is one special method for prognosis, which she will represent this very well in her lecture. Our friend from Bulgaria, one rising star in astrology, Ivailo Banabakov, he will speak about constellation archetypes and ancient astrology and mythology. And this is very important, connected with the work of Rumen, with my work, because together with our colleagues in Varna and Sofia, we try to work on this real ancient level. And his work of Ivailo work is amazingly well done. And he write one very important books about this, which helps to all our friends in Bulgaria to grow in astrology. And then Hande Kazanova, this colleague, beautiful colleague from Turkey, of Oner Dusher will speak about Arabic parts and financial astrology, very important for all these people which try to understand how the astrology work with financial astrology, which is it's importantly connected with the Arabic parts. And then Christos Archos, another colleague from Greece, will speak about using traditional techniques for understanding of personality. This is an important idea, how we use the original methods for understanding the psychological point of view and development of one personality. And my friend and a colleague from Austria, Wolfgang Tomsitz, will speak the idea how to prognosis one really crisis time and period in one lecture, which will try to go through from hindsight to foresight. And with this, he will show how his practice predict really the periods of time that we are entering in these times and the next years. He will try to work with his methods and to show what will come in close future. And then the lecture, our colleague from I think Ireland, Gray, Mrs. Gray, will speak about what rather than who, exploring your needs of relationships. This is how to say important lecture for partnership astrology, because her practice is very well established, and she has so much work done in this topic, and she will represent what is the results and how the system works in this lecture. And from Portuguese, Guimarães will speak about how planets act in medical astrology. One very important lecture from the point of view of the health. And the final lecture will be about lunar nodes into the Vedic and Western Occidental astrology. This is, again, one perspective, which is, how to say, enormously important. And here, every one of you which wish to come to the conference, these 3 days conference from the 9th, 10th, 11th of December, we start into around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Turkish time. You may register here on this link. If you go to this link and you do not see the button for payment of only €15 for one 3-day conference, you may, how to say, see it on the laptop, and with this you may register normal, but everything is well done, and normally this link works perfectly. And from idea here that Turkey is GMT +3, and the program, I will give you the link for the program, and people may see the program and everything with this will help. And I'm so proud that together with your help, Lada, we will reach much more people. And I'm totally sure.
That's extremely cheap for $15. So much information, and that's the top researchers of Europe.
Exactly.
On astrology. So
hopefully,
more
be
people.
prepared.
And like people, AstroladaOfficial is releasing the first 10 days of December our free astrology marathon 2023 with around 15 astrologers from around the world. They're doing free predictions for 2023 ahead. That's what we're giving to you as a gift on YouTube. You can watch it. And then if you want to go to this conference online, only $15. It starts from the 10th of December during the good astrological influences.
Exactly. And dear Lada, be prepared for the next conference, 5th conference in Greece. You will speak there something important, I'm sure. And with this, we will show, how to say, the beautiful face of our Bulgarian school. A lot of people ask from where we are. From Romania? No, people. Bulgaria exists in Europe, one of the most ancient country. And you may see here how our tradition succeeds to make the European Conference on Astrology. And this is the fourth of it.
Thank you so much again, Philip. Looking forward. Sorry, my son is chatting, but thank you everyone for joining us. And Happy New Year ahead, guys, and happy holidays that are coming.
I wish to all people to feel the influence of Alfiola, the Galactic Center, to feel the rising of Venus, like a loving and enormously powerful spiritual energy in their hearts.
Amen. Thank you, everyone.